Government, allow me to commission MV Pamba to sail on the waters of Lake Victoria again. Hello, journalist. Gera chifuka ambalagire ko mwere teke mu muliro teke mu I take this opportunity to welcome you all to this event where we are launching the railway wagon MV Pamba. MV Pamba is a vessel owned by the government of Uganda and operated by URC on Lake Victoria. The vessel was built in 1986 by the Belgian Shipping Corporation and a project that delivered the floating dry dock, MV Kawa, MV Mwanga, MV Kabalega, and MV Pamba. Just like MV Kawa and the sunken MV Kabalega, MV Pamba is a railway wagon ferry of welded steel construction with a load capacity of 22 by 56 ton wagons of 4 railway tracks on her main deck. In 2005, MV Pamba was grounded at Port Bell due to non-conformity with class requirements and lack of insurance cover. On 18th May, a memorandum of understanding was signed between the government of Uganda, represented by the Ministry of Works and Transport, and MS Mango Tree Group. According to the memorandum of understanding, Mango Tree Group was to carry out the rehabilitation, upgrade, class, insurance, and commission MV Pamba wholly at its own cost. The MOU period was for 12 months. The MOU further stated that upon completion of the rehabilitation and upgrade of the vessel, the Ministry of Works and Transport will enable Mango Tree to obtain the concession from URC to operate the vessel on a commercial basis and on terms and conditions negotiated under a specific and separate agreement. As a result of this MOU, the vessel was handed over to Mango Tree Group in May 2020 by the Honorable Minister of State for Transport, Ministry of Works. The rehabilitation works were completed on 8 November, and after a successful sea trial, we are now ready to sail. The costs have cost around Uganda shillings 12 billion. This vessel is projected to ply the routes between Port Bell, Jinja Port, Mwanza Port, and Kisumu Port, doing an average 12 journeys per month, moving approximately 21,120 tons of cargo.
People are complaining that Ministry of Works has been ranking high in budget, but I keep telling them that we are the turnkey to everything. We are the turnkey to trade, we are the turnkey to is a movement and is a transport, and that's why the president has given us that support, and we appreciate. And we shall not let him down. We ensure that we deliver on the projects he has told us to deliver. And with this, I'm very happy today to be here and also hosting you, Right Honorable Prime Minister, on this function of putting back this vessel on sea after about 18 years. The vessel had been abandoned, and it was, some people had already started asking to buy it as scrap. And if it was not because of right focus, it would have gone already as scrap. But thank God we didn't do that. This also emphasizes what we have been talking about, the multimodal transport system. That you have road, you have railway, you have water, you have air. So all means of transport are available. And as somebody has already said, water transport, among others, is one of the cheapest transport you can think about. And so it's in good direction that we are putting to sail MV Pamba, which has been granted for all those years. Once the Baganda say, we work on that if you knock yourself on a stump, you will not do it again. If it knocks you once, or you learn bitter lessons. And we think we learned some bitter lessons when Kabarega sank. And so happened that when it sank, we couldn't even redeem anything because the vessel was not even insured. So, Right Honorable Prime Minister, one of the things we have insisted on is the proper repair, renovation, and service of this vessel. This vessel has made international standards. It has been inspected by the International Shipping Agency to ensure that it meets the standards. I've insisted to the operator, and the telephone calls which have been going to Mr. The chair board have also gone to the operator, and I've told him, you will not move an inch of this vessel until you have insured it. And I understand it now has the insurance, it's fully insured, goods and vessel will be insured. So the risks are now spread, but even with that, we don't expect this vessel to not to operate, because we have had already, they have done some sea trials and it has operated well. With the completion of this vessel, we hope that the operations on this very, very vital facility, Lake Victoria, to the region will be maximally utilized. This is an area which I think we also need even to encourage private investors. I don't know why the private investors have never thought about investing on even in tourism on this lake. Like if you can come bring a good cruiser vessel, for those of you who have the money, if you can have a good cruise vessel here, and you put people from here from Port Bell, you take them 2 days to Kalangala, they get off, they go to the islands and have fun. Ugandans love fun. 2 days you sail to Bukoba, give them 2 days off the vessel, they go to Bukoba on the mainland, have fun, get back on the vessel. Go to Mwanza, another 2 days. Go to Kisumu, another 2 days. Within a week, you have toured East Africa on the lake. And I think we can I wish we could get some very innovative investors to look at that part of investment, leave alone the transport, which we are now encouraging. So, but with this MV Pamba getting to sail, we are going to increase, of course, as you have heard, on the tonnage we are hauling through the lake. We think that on the monthly basis, we should be able to bring in about 21,000 tons of cargo. And that will mean that we have taken quite a lot of trucks off the road. And that means we shall be able to protect our roads for a long time. When I went to Malaba, when we had that issue, when we had the clog, I really saw the need for railway transport. It's a must, and we must do it. And I want to assure the public, I want to assure everybody that we have not lost focus on the standard gauge railway. No, not at all. The standard gauge railway is going to come, but it will come at our own cost, with our own terms, within our own means. We will not stampede to do it, but it's a project which is still within focus in the ministry. It's one of the flagship projects. We have had some shortcomings, but the standard gauge railway is a flagship project. Operations on the lake, which I think will be highly welcome. And one of the things which I've wanted them to really focus on is the issue of fuel. If they can concentrate on hauling fuel, I'm happy to see that Starbex is here, One Petroleum is here, and all the other people who are involved in moving fuel. Because we have all the piers. If you want to bring your fuel to Kampala, you can bring it here. If you want to take it to Jinja, the pier is functional. So let's maximally utilize these vessels, especially for bringing in fuel, but also supporting the other exporters, as you heard Mr. Rwabogo say. And I'm happy that roofing and the clients like roofing and Mukwana are coming back to support URC, because these are main clients whom we had lost because of inefficiency. I know Mr. Wakasenza, one time they asked me, Honorable Minister, I want you to support us with some of these industries to get cargo. I said, how can I support you to convince them to get cargo when it takes you 12 days to move a container from Mombasa to Kampala? But now with this, and with the investment which has been done in the renovation and rehabilitation of the meter gauge railway, definitely we are going to be performing better, and you'll be supported fully. I'm very happy to hear the commitment from the chairman board. You know, one of the reasons why we are doing rationalizing, and some of the boards which were affected are boards which are not which have no economic relevancy. Now, the board for URC is supposed now to run as a business. And I'm very happy that you have made this commitment to us and in front of the Prime Minister. If you have been getting calls from me, now you wait, you'll get calls from her, because you made the commitment in her presence. We must get URC working as a business arm. You should sit in your boards and negotiate business terms and be able to operate. Yes, we may have issues which we are still to overcome, but that will depend on how good you perform. And whatever more investment could come your way will also be determined by the kind of business you do. The rehabilitation of the whole line from Malaba to Kampala should be taking less than 2 years, and we have started in high gear. You saw us commissioning launching the rehabilitation last time in Mukono, and already the companies and the teams are on the ground to do the rehabilitation. I want to call upon Ugandans. These are our assets. These are Ugandan assets. A lot of money has been invested. You have heard the MD talking about how much money has been invested, how much money has been borrowed. Please stop the irresponsible acts of vandalizing these facilities. Vandalizing the railway line. Every time you go and pick and even those companies which are buying scrap, why do you buy a slipper which you are very well aware that it has been vandalized from a railway line, and yet you want to export your material? You want to import your raw materials. Ugandans, let's be responsible. At least for once, let's support the efforts of government. The vandalism is everywhere. On the roads, when we put road furniture, signs, they are taken the next day. On the railway line, but this time, you have found that what we are installing as the sleepers this time, you will not be able to seal them, because you may not even be able to take it out anyway. It will take you a whole day. And now we have even deployed UPDF along the line. They have orders. Please, don't waste your time, but don't destroy our property. For those who are going to be operating this vessel, yes, you're operating under mango tree, but you're operating a Ugandan facility. Feel proud to be operating because you're going to be sailing under the Ugandan flag. I'd want to see people who are proudly looking after this vessel as a government of Uganda vessel. With those, I want to thank everybody. I want to thank Mango Tree for taking the risk. I remember Mr. Fan, when he came to my office, he said, Mr. Minister, Mango Tree has been known for bad things, but I want to make a change. I want to change the name, the image of my company. And I said, what do you want to do? He said, I want to do this. I run ships in Sudan, South Sudan, and in Congo, Congo River. I want to repair this vessel. Allow me to repair it. Of course, I was not very convinced, but I also want to thank the former Minister of State for Transport, Honorable Kabasi, who also was pushing hard for Mango Tree to do the job. So I want to thank Mr. Fan and Mango Tree. I want to thank the team, the technical team, which was led by the Chief Mechanical Engineer, Mr. Kavuma, who ensured that what was destined to be done on the vessel was done. The team which was supervising the project management team, which had people from URC, Ministry of Works, and Mango Tree, ensured that everything done on the vessel meets international standards. I want to thank the Department of Marine, the Marine Department in the ministry, which also ensured that all the relevant documents and the relevant documentation of the vessel is in place. So right now, the MV Pamba is as good as new because it was fitted with new engines and the whole driving system is new. So thank you very much, Mango Tree. Thank you, everybody.
I'm delighted to preside over the return of MV Pamba on our waters to ease transport and reduce the cost of doing business in this country and East Africa at large. I want to request you to help me and clap for HE, the President, as we thank him for his able leadership and visionary leadership. 16 years of this vessel being grounded has cost the business community, the travelers, and of course the country a lot. I'm glad now it is back in business. As you all know, water transport is one of the cheapest and safest mode of transport, but which we have not fully exploited. Our Lake Victoria is just here for us. It is there. Fresh waters, God gave us. But we are not yet fully utilizing its potential. I would like to direct the Minister of Works and Transport to explore how we can best use our water resource for our people of Uganda. This vessel we are commissioning and launching today is not enough. We need as many vessels as possible in this water if we are. And I know you have the support of government, you have the support of the President. And therefore, you just have to push in your budgets and we approve. For example, this MV Pamba, I'm told, is able to carry 8,800 tons of cargo in its 22 wagons. If this cargo was to be put on our roads, it would destroy them, like you already see. Colleagues, I was an RDC in the eastern part of this country for close to 10 years. But I saw that road being repaired like 4 times. I saw it being repaired in 2002. I saw it being repaired in 2006, then 2008, 2014 when I was a member of parliament, and recently I can see there are also other minor repairs, which means we lose a lot of money to repair roads than when we would invest in these vessels. Just 12 billion has repaired MV Pamba. And that means now, if we can invest in more vessels, that means we shall have spared our roads. But it would also take longer to move by road, of course, from Mwanza to Port Bell. I want to tell you this road is in a sorry state. This one here. From here up to the Ministry of Internal Affairs. I'm directing that it should be worked on quickly to allow transport from here to our other destinations. And therefore, the resumption of MV Pamba on Lake Victoria is a welcome idea. Already our minister has talked about it. We were struggling with the movement of fuel and the other imports into the country. Remember, due to strikes of truck drivers over COVID-19 testing at Maraba and Busia borders. This caused a backlog of over 70 kilometers into Kenya, resulting into fuel prices taking, skyrocketing. And of course, the dealers were taking advantage of the situation. Because when I traveled to Maraba, I established from the records at the border that we actually had above normal average fuel in the country, but the dealers had decided to artificially raise the prices. We shall deal with those dealers of fuel until when the prices stabilize. If we had many such vessels like MV Pamba in operation, such situations would not arise, or they would be minimized. I therefore would like to thank the leadership of the Ministry of Works and Transport for getting these repairs done. Thank you, Honorable Katumba Wamala. I also thank Mango Tree Group for undertaking these repairs. This is a good example of a public-private partnership that delivers value for money. I'm pleased to learn that the repairs have now put this vessel to international standards. According to Honorable Katumba Wamala, General, the vessel is at international standards. We must now make sure that our business community know about the services offered by MV Pamba. At least I have seen a number here of our business community. We must also make sure that we make it affordable, because it's one thing to have it here and the other to have the prices unaffordable for those who want to use it. So we don't want to operate a white elephant that is not adding value to our people. I repeat, the prices of transportation of our cargo must be affordable, because if you don't, they will keep destroying our roads the other side. Are the ones that should provide cheap, quality and affordable transportation of the massive produce that we are going to have in our Paris development model. You know, colleagues and the country, we are on 28th of this month going to commission and launch the Paris development model. And we have a lot of hope that this is going to increase on production. We also must make sure that we maintain the facility well, undertaking regular repairs so that it does not go back to a sorry state. like already the minister has highlighted. Government of Uganda, under the able leadership of our President, Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, has prioritized the development of infrastructure such as roads, railways, power, and water, because these are the foundations of our economy. I once again would like to thank everybody who has been behind this project. And it has, of course, taken long, but better late than never.